You know what the difference is between people who are always broke and people who actually have money in the bank? It's not their salary. It's not some secret investment strategy. It's not even about being super strict with their budget. It's one tiny habit. Something so small you could start doing it today and it would take you less than 2 minutes. But over time, this little habit is the difference between stressing about money every month and actually having savings, paying off debt, and feeling in control. I was broke for years, always running out of money before the end of the month, always stressed, always behind. Until someone showed me this one habit. I thought it was too simple to work. But I tried it anyway, and within 3 months, I had more money saved than I'd ever had in my life. This isn't about making more money or depriving yourself. It's about one tiny shift in behavior that changes everything about your personal finance. If you want simple and practical tips like this, hit that like button right now and subscribe to Liberty Money. We drop new videos every single day to help you take control of your money. And turn on that notification bell so you never miss out. Step 1. The tiny habit: write down every dollar before you spend it. Here's the habit that changed my life. Before I spend any money, I write it down. Not after, before. Every single dollar gets written down first. This sounds ridiculously simple, and that's exactly why it works. Most people track their spending after the fact, if they track it at all. They buy something, then later they look at their bank account and wonder where all the money went. That's backwards. When you write down what you're about to spend before you spend it, something magical happens in your brain. You become aware. You pause. You think for 2 seconds about whether you actually want or need this thing. That pause is everything. For budgeting for beginners, this is the easiest entry point into money management. You're not creating a complicated budget yet. You're not using fancy budgeting apps. You're just writing down your spending before it happens. That's it. I keep a small notebook in my pocket. Before I buy anything, coffee, groceries, gas, whatever, I write it down. Amount and what it's for. Takes 5 seconds. But those 5 seconds have saved me thousands of dollars by making me aware of what I'm actually doing with my money. Are you aware of your spending before it happens, or only after the damage is done? Step 2. This habit forces you to face reality. The reason this tiny habit is so powerful for financial literacy is because it forces you to face reality. You can't lie to yourself anymore about your spending when you're rewriting it down in real time. Before I started this habit, I genuinely believed I wasn't spending that much. I thought my money just disappeared. But when I started writing everything down before spending, I realized I was dropping $15 here, $30 there, $50 on this, $20 on that, all day long, every single day. Seeing it on paper, in my own handwriting, made it real. I couldn't ignore it or rationalize it away. That $8 lunch? Written down. That $40 impulse Amazon purchase? Written down. That $15 coffee and pastry? Written down. By the end of week 1, I had pages of spending that added up to way more than I thought. It was uncomfortable. But that discomfort is what motivates change. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. This is basic financial education that schools don't teach. Awareness comes before change. And writing down your spending before you spend creates awareness instantly. How much do you think you spend versus how much you actually spend? Step 3. The habit creates a natural pause button. Here's what happens when you make yourself write down every purchase before you make it. You create a pause button. And in that pause, you start asking yourself questions you never asked before. Do I actually need this? Is this worth working an hour to pay for? Will I even remember buying this next week? Am I buying this because I want it or because I'm bored? Most broke people aren't broke because they make huge financial mistakes. They're broke because they make tiny spending decisions on autopilot all day long. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. It adds up fast. When you write it down first, you break the autopilot. You engage your brain. And often, just that simple act of pausing makes you realize you don't actually want the thing. You were just going through motions. I couldn't tell you how many times I've pulled out my notebook to write down a purchase and then thought, actually, never mind, I don't need this. That's money saved without willpower or restriction. Just awareness and a 2-second pause. This is real world, saving money in action. Not theory. Not complicated financial planning. Just a pause button that protects your wallet. How many purchases would you skip if you had to pause and think first? Step 4. Track patterns over a week. After you do this tiny habit for a week, something incredible happens. You start seeing patterns. You realize where your money actually goes, not where you think it goes. Maybe you're spending $60 a week on coffee and snacks without realizing it. That's $240 a month. That's $2,880 a year. Or maybe you're re-hitting the convenience store for just a few things 4 times a week. Spending $25 each time? That's another $100 a week gone. These patterns are invisible until you write them down. But once you see them on paper, you can make informed decisions about your personal budget. You're not guessing anymore. You know exactly where the leaks are. I discovered I was spending almost $200 a month on food delivery. I had no idea it was that much until I wrote down every single order before placing it. Seeing $35 dinner delivery 3 or 4 times a week added up fast. Once I saw the pattern, I cut it in half and redirected that $100 a month toward my emergency fund. This is how you create a budget that actually works, by understanding your real spending patterns first, not by making up numbers you hope to hit. What patterns would you discover if you tracked everything for 1 week? Step 5. Use the data to build your real budget once you have a week or 2 of real spending data written down. Now you can build a personal finance management plan that's based on reality. Not fantasy. Not what you wish you spent. What you actually spend. Look at your notebook. Add up each category. Food, transportation, entertainment, shopping, whatever categories fit your life. Those numbers are your real baseline. That's your starting point for creating a budget that makes sense. If you spent $800 on food in a month, you know your food budget needs to be around that number, or you need to make conscious changes to bring it down. But at least you're working with truth instead of guessing. Most people create a budget by writing down what they think sounds reasonable. Then they blow past it every month and give up. That's because they didn't start with real data. They started with wishful thinking. The tiny habit of writing down every dollar before you spend it gives you the data you need to build a budget that actually fits your life. Then you can decide where to cut, where to adjust, and where to allocate more intentionally. Is your current budget based on real data or just numbers that sounded good? Step 6. The habit builds your money awareness muscle. This tiny habit isn't just about tracking. It's about building a skill that most broke people don't have. Money awareness. The more you practice writing down your spending, the stronger your awareness muscle gets. After a few weeks, you won't even need to write everything down anymore, because you will naturally think about purchases before making them. The habit trains your brain to be conscious with money, instead of careless. This is debt management from the prevention side. You're not letting spending happen unconsciously and then dealing with the consequences. You're catching it at the source, before the transaction happens. I still keep my notebook, and I still write things down, but now it's automatic. I think before I spend. I pause. I consider. I make intentional choices instead of impulse decisions. That's the real power of this habit. It changes how you think about money. Financial education isn't just about learning facts. It's about developing awareness and intention. This habit does both. How strong is your money awareness muscle right now? Step 7. Start today. It takes 2 minutes. The beautiful thing about this tiny habit is you can start immediately. Right now. Today. You won't need to wait for a new month, or a fresh paycheck, or the perfect budgeting app. You just need something to write on. Grab a notebook. Open a note on your phone. Use a simple spreadsheet. Doesn't matter. Just commit to writing down every dollar before you spend it for the next 7 days. That's it. 1 week. See what happens? I promise you'll be shocked at what you discover. You'll see spending you didn't realize was happening. You'll catch yourself stopping purchases you would have made on autopilot. You'll start feeling more in control of your money within days. This is the foundation of all good money management. Awareness, intention, consciousness. Everything else, budgets, savings plans, debt payoff strategies, builds on this foundation. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to restrict yourself harshly. You just need to be aware. Write it down first. That's the habit that makes you stop being broke. Will you commit to trying this for 7 days? One tiny habit. Write down every dollar before you spend it. That is all it takes to start the shift from being broke to being in control of your money. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. But it works. Because it creates awareness, and awareness is the first step to change. You can't manage money, you're not conscious of spending. Start today. Give it 1 week. Track every purchase before it happens. See what patterns emerge. Use that data to build a real budget. And watch how this tiny 2-minute habit transforms your entire relationship with money. If this video helped you, smash that like button and drop a comment telling me, what's the first purchase you're going to write down? Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's keep building your financial freedom together. You've got this. One tiny habit. $1 at a time. Let's stop being broke.